So, I've been wanting to make a video for a while talking about why I'm not doing OMAD anymore. And to be fully transparent, I've said it before, I didn't go a very long period of time doing it every single day. And now I'm doing it less often than I did in the past, because I did it pretty often for a while. And I want to talk about why. And I still love this approach. I still do it. I'm going to keep using it. But I want to talk about the pros and cons a little bit. And I know I might hurt some OMAD egos, and some people might be like, oh, how dare you talk like that about OMAD, because we get so dogmatic about our diets. It's so funny. It's so funny how diets turn into religions, and I love diets, I love religions, but it's funny how I don't know. Let's start with the video. I wrote some things down so that I wouldn't forget. So reason number one, it was work. Sometimes I go through periods where I do landscaping, and it wasn't easy to be out there with 80-degree weather, sometimes higher, doing very hard physical labor and not eating until I got home at night. Some days I could, and I felt amazing, because we know that if you do OMAD, sometimes you know that sometimes that warrior comes out and you feel like a freaking beast and unstoppable and you can just keep going. But some days that wasn't the reality. And I wasn't gonna be like, oh, I'll just push it, I'll work through this. And first of all, I need to be efficient, I need to be fast and good at what I do, because I'm getting paid to do that. And I love doing good work. I like when it looks good and the person loves the work that I do. It's very fulfilling, and I enjoy doing the landscaping. But if I feel like shit all day, I'm not gonna enjoy that. So that was one reason why I had to kind of like put my OMAD ego aside and realize what's best for my body, because we go through different stages throughout our journey. There's a time where it might be amazing for me to do OMAD every day, and there's a time where it might not be the best, and I want to honor that. I want to honor what my body needs. So that was one reason. Number two, I wonder sometimes if I should do a more balanced approach, right? A little more balanced, even though I do a lot of extreme things. I do dry fasting, I do a lot of fasting. But we don't know what's best. There's 20,000 different opinions out there. There's research backing up every freaking point of view. So we don't really know what's best. And some people just preach like, yeah, this is the best diet, this is the best approach, this is the best protocol. I don't know, we're all very similar, but at the same time, we're all very different. We're all going through different challenges, we're all going through different journeys, we're all going through different issues with our health. We all have different bodies, we all have different circumstances. We all have different levels of stress. We all have different everything. So for me, I felt like it was time for a more balanced approach. And of course, I'm going to still play around with things and go to the extreme every once in a while and do a longer dry fast, do a longer water fast. Of course, I'm going to keep experimenting and exploring and try to find what's best for me. But I felt like at the time I needed a little more balanced approach. So that was another reason. You might not need that, you might not resonate with that, you might not like that idea, you might not feel like it's something that you need right now. Maybe in a month, maybe in 3 months, maybe in 6 months you do, or maybe you don't. So just honor whatever you're going through. I'm just sharing my journey. Number three, it wasn't the best for my digestive system. I tend to be very active, so of course at night I was starving. So I needed a lot of food, and I worried that I'm already skinny and I would like to put on more muscle. So I was like, okay, if I don't eat enough, I'm just gonna start shrinking and disappearing. which is what a lot of people go through on OMAD, trying to eat a lot because we feel like we need that amount of calories, we need that amount of protein or fat or whatever the hell you feel like you need. And I say this in many of my videos, we eat more from our minds than from our bodies. Like, we are not conscious of, okay, that was enough, that was what my body needed. We feel like, we think that we need more protein, we think that we need more calories. And it was very tough for me to find that balance. It was very challenging for me to find the right amount. Because if I didn't eat enough, I might be starving the next day. If I ate too much, I felt like shit. I slept like shit. I woke up tired. I didn't feel good. And a lot of people go through this of really struggling to find that. So I was like, okay, maybe this is not the best for my digestive. That was not a maybe. It wasn't the best for my digestive system. That's why now, if on a day I feel like it's the best thing for me and I can keep fasting until the night, now I don't feel that like pressure to overeat, because the next day if I wake up hungry, I'll just eat. I'm not that dogmatic and fucking annoying about my diet that I have to do the exact same thing every single day for the rest of my life. So yeah, it wasn't the best for my digestive system. And even if I tried the aloe juice and all the other stuff that I talk about, the ginger and all the things that help with digestion, it still was too much. It was too much of a burden for my digestive system. It was too much work at once for my digestive system to fully be able to handle that well. So that's for me. Number 4, which I kind of talked about, is that I don't want to become so dogmatic about a diet or an approach if I know that it's not the best for my body. I explore a lot of things. I talk a lot about fasting. If I get to a point that I realize that fasting is not the best for me, I'm not so dogmatic that I'll keep doing it even though if it's hurting me. Like right now, it still benefits me, and I think it will continue to benefit. I have a strong feeling that it's very, very healing, but I'm open to the idea that it might not be the best for me. I'm open to that. And now I'm open to the idea that OMAD might not be the best for me, and maybe it's not the best for you. Maybe it's not even a good idea at all. Who knows? Are you open? This is a good question to ask ourselves. Are you open to the idea that this might not be good for you? Are you open to the idea that this might be bad for you? Are you open to the idea that this might be a mistake? I don't believe in mistakes, but you know what I mean. I think we just learn from things. But are you open to the idea, or are you, because we're all slightly dogmatic about what we follow, right? We're very passionate about it, we believe in it, we think it's good. So we have a little bit of biased, that's the word that I was looking for, biased point of view. But I don't want to be blinded by anything or anyone to get to the point where I'm not open to the idea that something else might be better for me. So that was just me. That's just me. Number 5, I think, right? I didn't number them. 5. I've tested myself. I do have, I believe I still have adrenal fatigue. Whether you believe in that or not, I know there's some controversy. Some people think it's not even, whatever. I've had adrenal fatigue. I deal with that. I have a ton of energy sometimes. A ton of endurance and whatever, strength or whatever for my size. But I know that I have some level of adrenal fatigue. And we know, like, whether you, like, intermittent fasting is a stressor. If you've heard of hormesis, right? It's a stressor that at the right amount is good for our bodies. Just like cold water exposure, heat, just like fasting, like many things, right? At the right amount, they're good for our bodies. If we overdo it, just like exercise, not enough is not healthy, too much is not healthy. I mean, the healthiest for you. If fasting, if I'm overdoing it, if I'm intermittently fasting too much, is that good long term? I do believe that with the kind of like warrior diet kind of things and OMAD kind of things, your body does get really strong. And you do, because your body has to get used to stuff, right? Your body has to adapt to stressors. But maybe the journey to get to that point needs to be a little slower, needs to be a little more gentle. I don't know. So I go through waves, like through in that spectrum of like being very, very, very conscious about healing my adrenals with rest, with meditation, with yoga, with just relaxation, with slowing down, and also pushing really hard. Like I go back and forth. I do believe that if we're just sitting all day and relaxing all day and just visualizing our adrenals healing, like, I don't know, I think you need to push your body a little bit. I think you need exercise, maybe even high intensity exercise. I'm going to make another video on this. Healing your adrenals. But I do feel like we need to push. It can't be chronic stress. It has to be an acute stress, a very short, high intensity workout. Even though I do all kinds of crazy shit. But I felt like for my adrenals, if I'm trying to heal my adrenals, is that daily? Is that the best for me? Like, is OMAD every single day the best for me? Is OMAD very long term the best for me? I don't know. And so many of us have adrenal fatigue. I believe that most of us have some degree of adrenal fatigue, some level of adrenal dysfunction, malfunction. So is OMAD every single day the best for you? I don't know. So I was open and willing to explore something else. Number 6, which is kind of what I've been saying in every single point, is that I'm trying to find what's best for my body and my needs. I'm open to exploring. I'm going to continue this exploration of seeing what diet is best for me, seeing what approach is best for me. By the way, I don't talk about diet because there's so much bullshit on YouTube fighting between vegans, carnivores, keto, all that crap. I'm not even interested in sharing what diet I'm exploring at the time. I might at some point, but just if you're willing to respect that and honor that I just don't want to talk about it, I would appreciate it. But I'm still exploring. I'm still trying to find what's best for me, and I'm searching for that, and I'm willing to explore, and I'm willing to not. I do believe in the idea of continuity and really committing to something to seeing if it works. But I did commit to OMAD. I did do it for a while. I did explore that. But I'm not going to be so blinded by, like, no, I need to do it for 6 months straight. No breaks to realize if it's really good for me. I don't know if that's the best approach. I don't know. Maybe a more balanced exploration is okay. So I'm still searching. I'm still trying to find it. Like I said, I don't want to become dogmatic. Like, I believe that there's a lot of that in society in many aspects, not just health. It's okay to believe in an idea. It's okay to be passionate about something. It's okay to fully commit to something, but at the same time be open. Be open-minded. So I'll just leave you with that. Are you open to the possibility that maybe something else might be better for you? Are you open to exploring that? I'm trying to find what my body needs, and I'm trying to honor what my body needs. Trying to honor the messages that my body's giving me. I hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. Have an amazing day.